Have Randy Partridge from St. Mary's Wine to show us how to make mulled wine. Randy, tell us the steps of making mulled. Say that fast. Mulled wine. Okay.
How about spiced wine?
Spiced wine sounds good. After the spice spices and the Spice Girls, we're okay.
Yeah. Well, the first thing is you need some wine, and we have a nice red here from the my store. It's I think the Alcohol and Gaming Commission might have a little something to say about that.
What kind of wine should you use? Red or can you use white?
You can use white, yes. Yep, you can use white.
And what's the difference between red and white? I know that, but you know, it's one's red and one's white.
You should use a little different spices for white because it isn't as strong of a wine.
And is this a good way to get rid of your cheap wine that you really don't like?
Well, I don't like saying cheap wine. I like saying inexpensive wine.
Yeah. But you don't use a bottle that's like $40 a bottle.
No. You can, but you don't have to. No. Okay. And next is we're putting in the wine. There's 2 bottles. We have 2 orange peels worth in there. We have half a cup of honey that goes in. This may take a while. It's a little cool out here.
We're Canadian. It's not cold, right?
You can also use, you can use honey or you can use maple syrup, which is hindsight I should have used because it's more Canadian, I think, myself. And you want 4 cups of apple cider. And the juice of the 2 oranges. And then you mix that up. Okay. It's not going to mix very well because it is cold. It has to be plugged in at some time.
Okay. And how hot should you make the container?
Well, the slow cooker, I believe, only goes to 200 degrees. It doesn't quite boil. If you wanted to boil it, you could boil the wine first, which would then take care of the alcohol in the wine for you. So,
do you want the alcohol taken out?
I guess I should have brought the brandy then, too. And then your spices.
Yeah.
And John's going to ask me what kind of spices. Well, you'll do it the easy way. You just go to Tryers.
Okay. And you put the spices. How long does it take for the finished product?
Just till it heats up. It's done. We just made spiced wine.
Okay.
And it's done.
That doesn't take long. It's not hard to do.
No, not with this. If you're boiling it and things like that, yes, it does take a little longer. Yeah. But I figure the quicker the better.
And how many people do you think this would serve?
Oh, that all depends.
How many people from St. Mary's do you think it would serve?
A couple.
Okay. Now, do you have an option of the spices? Like you put in your recipe. Can somebody put a bit more of this and a bit less?
Absolutely, absolutely. They can put in whatever they want in there. Yeah.
Now, I've never heard of the maple syrup though.
Yeah, well, it's maple syrup. Just adds a little sweetness because when you use a red wine, it's dry usually, which will have a bit of tannin in it. So it's going to be a little more bitter.
Okay. Thank you for your demonstration, Randy. I really appreciate it. The cast and crew look forward to sampling your product after the show.